Hello again. We're back with the 2010 service firm question, question 6. So we said we'd finish off the depreciation on the minibus and the loss on sale of bus. And we said that in the other questions you're doing, it could be a minibus or a van or something, that there's usually some fixed asset that's traded in at some stage during the year, and you have to find the depreciation and the loss or profit on the sale of that fixed asset. So the first thing to do is the depreciation anyway on the minibus. So if we have a go back here, depreciation will be provided as follows: 20% for the minibuses at cost per annum from date of purchase to date of sale. And the minibus held at the start of the year was purchased on the 1st of the 1st 2006 and was traded in on the 1st of the 7th 2009. So that means we had it for 6 months of this current year. So how much was the cost of that one? Where is it? Minibus at the start of the year cost 50,000. We have it there. Okay, so if we come down here and say 50,000, we said that it's 20%, and we said that we had it for half of this year before we traded it in, so it's by 6/12, which is equal to 5,000, isn't it? Okay, and then if we go back to what it said, was traded in on the 1st of 7th against a new minibus. Trade-in allowance, we don't need that for the time being, was against a new bus valued at 42,000. So we got a new bus for 42,000, and we had that for the second half of the year. So if we go back here again and we take that minibus, 42,000 again, we're depreciating it at 20% per annum, and we had this one for the second half of the year, and that's 4,200. And so the total depreciation on minibuses that we owned during the year is 9,200, and that should be the figure we have. Where are we? Yeah, over here, the 9,200 for minibus depreciation. Okay, so that's the first part. Second part then is calculating the profit or loss on the sale of the bus. So the first thing to note is, in order to figure out whether we made a profit or a loss on the sale of the bus that we got rid of, is to know what it was worth, or what the value of it was at the time when we got rid of it. So first of all, what I would advise, so we don't have to do the same work over and over again, is go back to your statement of capital and reserves and check what was the minibus worth at the start of the year. And if we look at that, it says the minibus had cost 50, had gone down in value by 30,000, and it was worth, its net book value in our books was 20,000. Okay, so it was worth 20,000 at the start of this year. Let me just get this back here. So if we start with that 20,000, okay, and then we know from the depreciation calculation we just did that that minibus, then we held it for 6 months of this year, and it went down by a further 5,000 euros. So if we subtract that 5,000 from it, by the time we got rid of it, 6 months into this year, its value was actually 15,000 euros. Okay, but if we go back to the question, when we traded it in, did we get 15,000 for it? No, according to this, the trade-in allowance was 7,000 against the new bus. Okay, so it means they left us off 7,000 of the price of the new bus because we traded in this old bus. So we didn't get a lot of value for it. It was worth 15,000. They only left us off 7,000. So what we'd say is that we made a loss on that transaction of 8,000, and that is, you see this here, so minus the 7 gives us the 8,000. That is the loss we put in here, loss on sale of bus 8,000. And as I say, it's something similar in all of the questions.